Good morning, students. Today we are going to read about the chapter The Leaf, which is the first chapter in class 6 ICSE syllabus. So, before we learn what is the leaf and what is its structure, let us understand a few things about a plant, which you already know about. As you can see in this diagram, we are having two parts of the plant. The one which is underground, the soil, is called the root system, and one which is above the soil is the shoot system. The shoot system is consisting of many parts like the leaves, the flowers, the stem, and the root system is consisting of the roots. Now our main focus will be the leaves today. You know that mostly the leaves are green in color. What do the leaves do? As they contain chlorophyll, as the leaves contain chlorophyll, they help the plant to manufacture food. So, today we will be going into the detailed structure of a leaf. In this diagram, you can see the picture of a leaf. What is a leaf? A leaf is a flat, thin and broad outgrowth of a stem. As you saw in the previous picture, and you have seen many plants around you, you know that the leaf is a flat, thin and broad outgrowth of a stem. The point on the stem where the leaf attaches itself is known as a node. So if you see any leaf, you can easily understand that the place where it is attaching itself. For example, if I show you these leaves, these are the simple leaves, and the point where it is attaching itself is known as the node. So these are the nodes where the leaf is attached to the stem, and the space between these two nodes are known as the internode. Now, going back to the structure of a simple leaf, let us see what are the parts. All of you know that leaves are generally green in color. So here you can see the structure of a leaf. The leaf is having a broad, thin, expanded portion which is called the lamina. If you can see, this green part of the leaf is called the lamina. And if I show you an example of a leaf, as I have one here, you can see this is a dried leaf. So the green part that you see everywhere, that is a lamina. Then the tip of the leaf is called the leaf apex, and you can see a main big long thickened vein along the center of the leaf which is called the midrib, and the leaf is attached to the stem through a stalk called the petiole. Sometimes the petiole may be present or sometimes it may not be present. So when the petiole is absent, we call it a sessile leaf, and the midrib is extending to the tip of the leaf. The whole leaf, this outer part of the leaf, is called the leaf margin. You can see that the midrib is again divided into multiple branches. You can see it is dividing into multiple branches. These are the veins, and even for the divisions of the veins are the veinlets. The leaf base is a small, slightly swollen part at the end of the petiole. So if we see these parts in a normal leaf, you can see this is the petiole of the leaf. This is the midrib extending up to the tip. You can see the veins, and even the veinlets are there. If you carefully observe them, you can see the vein. This is the dried leaf, and then you can see the lamina, the green part, lamina, which generally contains the chlorophyll, and that helps in the process of photosynthesis. Now there may be different kinds of leaf. What are they? There can be two kinds of leaves. So if we classify the leaves, the leaf can be of two kinds. They can be simple or they can be the compound leaves. Generally, simple leaves can be seen in mango, guava, and many hibiscus, many other plants generally have simple leaf. Sometimes the leaves are divided into many small distinct parts called the leaflets, like in gulmohar, rose, etc. So, what is a simple leaf? A simple leaf has a single leaf blade. As this is an example of a simple leaf. It is having an axillary bud, and sometimes you can also see that there are some incisions. Like if you see a cotton leaf, you will see that it is having incision, but these are not so deep that it is cutting the leaf into leaflets. So this is also example of a simple leaf with some incisions. The incisions are not very deep. But in a compound leaf, you will see that the leaf blade is clearly divided into many distinct parts, as in this example. This is the example of the curry leaves, or you can even see the neem leaves. You can see the leaf is divided into many distinct leaflets. These are the leaflets. So this is example of the compound leaf. Next we go to the venation. Next we will be reading about the types of leaf venation. What is venation now? The arrangement of veins and veinlets on the lamina of a leaf is called venation. Now venation may be of two types. As you can see, it can be reticulate or it can be parallel. A reticulate venation is the one in which the veins and veinlets, they are very irregularly arranged or distributed in the lamina. Like if I show you this example, you can see that the leaf, the vein and the veinlets, there are many small veinlets as well. These are the veins, this is the midrib, and I have showed you. So they are not very regularly arranged. They are just like in a net like shape. So that is called reticulate. Mostly examples are guava, mango, etc. And in parallel venation, you will see that the veins are running parallel to each other, and then we call it a parallel venation. The leaves of the banana, like here, this is the leaf of a banana. If you can see in this banana, the leaf is, if this is the midrib, and the veins are laterally parallel here in this case, and in case of grass also you can see the parallel venation. So parallel venation means the veins are running parallel to each other. Next we shall be reading about the phyllotaxy. What is phyllotaxy? The arrangement of leaves on the stem of the branch is known as phyllotaxy. Please remember the word phyllotaxy, that is the arrangement of leaves on the stem. Now this may be again different for different plants. And why there is such different arrangements? So that the leaf can be completely exposed to sunlight, so that they get the maximum sunlight and they are able to prepare the food. So the arrangement of leaves on the stem is called phyllotaxy. Now you might have understood. There are again three types of phyllotaxy. What are they? First one is the alternate arrangement. In this, what is happening? The leaf is arising, one leaf is arising from one node. Node is the point, from where the leaf arises, that is called a node. So when one leaf is arising from one node and the other leaf is arising from another node, and they are not opposite to each other, like in case of opposite phyllotaxy, then it is called alternate. The one leaf arising at one node. Mostly you can see it in the examples of mustard, sunflower, or I can also show you one example. This is example of curry leaves. So here you can see the one compound leaflet is arising from here, but the other one is not rising from the same point opposite to it, but it is rising a little above. So this kind of an arrangement is known as alternate arrangement. And then the next one is opposite. In opposite phyllotaxy, what happens is a pair of leaves, they arise from the same node and they grow in the opposite direction, as you can see here. Mostly it is found in guava, calotropis, basil, or what we call tulsi. I have again some example to show you. This is a guava leaf, as you can see, and Can you see here? The leaf is arising. The two leaves are arising from the same node, and they are growing in opposite direction. So this kind of an arrangement is known as opposite arrangement or opposite phyllotaxy. And then we go to the third kind, that is the fold arrangement, in which 3 or more leaves are arising from the same node. So the best example is Nerium oleander. You can see I've underlined it because they are the scientific name. And Allistonia, or the devil tree as we call. So in that you can see that more than 3 or more leaves are arising from the same node. So they look like a roll together coming out. So I hope today the points that we have discussed, the structure of the leaf, the different parts of a leaf, the types of leaf, that is simple and compound, the types of leaf, venation, reticulate and paddle, and the arrangement of the leaves on the stem, that is phyllotaxy, might be clear to you. I would like to know in the comment section whether you are able to understand all the points. Also, I would like to give you a task here, that what you can do is collect some different kinds of leaves like I had done here, and put it under some newspaper and keep it in some place where you can keep it pressed, and then you can collect these dry leaves. It will convert into dry leaves, and then you can paste them in your project papers and you can show it in your class. So like that you will be able to understand about the different shapes, sizes, types of leaves. So please do that activity and let me know how you felt about it. Thank you.